Awards. Leave a message. What's the biggest lesson motherhood has taught you?
To be honest.
Studio
I'm the Q in the studio.
All right, cutie.
It's a different world.
Thanks for coming. Thank you for being letting me know you.
It's an interview and shit over here.
This is probably the best interview I've ever done.
And you're such a great interview. My goodness.
This is honestly the best interview I've had in months.
I'm hanging out with my booskies.
Studio Q, baby.
Studio Q show. Now you know.
Happy Saturday, everybody. It's your girl, Quincy, and I'm coming on live today to celebrate the 24th anniversary of my interview with Whitney Houston on MTV's FANatic. If you don't know who I am, my name is Quincy. I'm the host and founder of Studio Q, where I interview people. If you follow my page, I share great TikToks and clips of my interviews. I created a fan documentary called For the Love of Whitney after Whitney passed away in 2013, because I just didn't see a lot of love for this woman who was just incredible and a trailblazer. So I created a 90-minute fan documentary that you can see on YouTube. I think I need to put it in the chat so anybody who wants to see it. But if you are on my page, For the Love of Whitney, you already know about it, and just click the link and you can check it out. So I want to come on and celebrate with my Whitney people and people who I never met, who didn't know I met Whitney. And I'm a Whitney stan, not a fan, a stan. Just to celebrate such an iconic moment for me personally. And it's just been so amazing to connect with the rest of the world who I had no idea love Whitney as much as I do. So let me start off with shouting everybody in the chat for joining, because I appreciate you, especially my For the Love of Whitney fans, because you support the page, which keeps Whitney Houston's legacy alive and positive. So how are you, Patricia? I'm good, Patricia Cortez. Where you guys logging in from? Let me know where you're logging in from. Shout out to Adriana. Hi, Auntie Quincy. Okay, I could be TT in the building. That's one of my most beloved titles, is being a TT. So yes, Auntie Quincy is in the building. Adriana Williams, I followed you on Instagram and you did not follow me back. Oh, well, you know what I'm saying? Hit me up in the DM. Hit me up in the DM. You know what I'm saying? Let me see why I ain't followed you back. I manage a lot of stuff, so we have to see. Let me see. Hit me in a DM. Hey, girl, love Whitney, and I love you too. Thank you so much, Talisa. I love Whitney, and I love that you love her as well. Have a nice day. Helen, you have a nice day as well. You love Studio Q. Hi, the homie. Yes, you connect with me on Instagram. I appreciate you. Hi, Laura. I love Whitney. She had an amazing voice. Yes, and her voice is still touching us. It's still here. Jersey in the building, built by creatives. Hi, pretty gal. Well, thank you. I know I'm going to mess up your name. So let me see. Naima K. If I messed it up, I'm so sorry. Canada in the building. What's going on, Canada? Yes. Janie. Hey, how are you? Whitney is still my favorite from Washington. Alicia, she's still my favorite as well. Shout out to you, loving Whitney in Washington. North Carolina in the building. What's going on, Terry Bowser? Oh, Patricia, you from Mexico. Okay, Mexico in the building. Thank you for tapping in with me, tapping in with your girl. Q, Tab from Louisville in the building. Tab T. All right, let's see. Love Whitney, England. Carrie Forster in the building. Whitney done been over there. She done been everywhere that you guys are logging in from almost. Brazil, Denise, one of my most favorite Whitney concerts is in Rio de Janeiro. That concert with the audience, the Brazilian audience was like amazing. Love that concert. Houston, Texas. Okay, Adriana. Okay, you from Eli Green Films. What's going on? Hi, Quincy. Just stopping through to say, hey, Team Whitney for life. Thank you for stopping through, Eli. I appreciate you. And yes, Team Whitney. Y'all see the receipts. You my friend, now Studio Q. All right, come on now. That's how it go. That's how it go. We connect, and then that's what it is. Kathy from North Carolina, thank you for tapping in. Let's see. Love Whitney from Philly. I know that's right. South Africa in the building. Not is Donut. My first roommate ever. Love you, Donna. Donna from Omaha in the building. South Africa in the building. I love that this is worldwide and Whitney's love is worldwide. Stephen. I'm going to say both. So, I'm going to mess it up. From Scotland. Thank you for joining in. Vanessa, you always leave such kind comments on YouTube. How are you? Thank you for doing this. We all love Whitney and miss her. Yes. We do miss her. But you know what? Whitney's spirit is so big that she's here. I mean, I promise you, I know fans all over have shared with me that when they've had moments and whatnot, Whitney, a song would come on. You know what I'm saying? Just out of nowhere. So that's Whitney's spirit. That's Whitney's spirit. So even though she's gone physically, what she created, what she left us is still here, and her spirit is big. Her spirit is big, you guys. Let's see. Yeah, that's friend. Whitney called me her FANatic. I was like, Nippy love here. I know that's right. Love Whitney in Thailand. Come on. Whitney all over in Thailand. She's everywhere. Glad she recognized you, called you friend right before she passed. That was a beautiful moment. Yes, it was a moment given directly, I feel like, from God, because I wasn't even supposed to be there. That's a whole story I might get into before I get off this live. Hey, girl, first time seeing you live on Facebook. I also follow you on Instagram. Well, thank you, Marco. Thank you for joining the live. Girl, I'm renting out the whole movie theater for her movie in December. I love her, almost obsessed. I know that's right, Talisa. Rent out the theater. Do that. You know they did it for Black Panther. A lot of people did it for Black Panther too. Always listening to Whitney songs. So I first wanted to just give you guys all a shout out before I got started, because I appreciate the love. I appreciate you liking, sharing the post on For the Love of Whitney, engaging with my posts on Studio Q, YouTube. I just love it. So shout out to everybody on YouTube who subscribed to my channel. Shout out to everybody on For the Love of Whitney. We almost at 500K. 500K. I'm trying to get to 500K fellow Whitney fans before the new year, before 2023. So share the post so we can have a virtual party. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate being able to connect with so many Whitney fans, because I grew up very much a lonely Whitney fan because the internet did not exist back then, So it's wonderful for me to connect with people who love Whitney as much as I do. So let's see. Oh, I froze. Oh, no. Don't let me have. You know what? I started to connect this to directly to the router. But I just said, you know what? I'm just going to go. So hopefully it'll unfreeze Selena. But thank you for letting me know. Whitney was the best and still is the best. You ain't said nothing but the truth. She was shocked to see you. Was that the Grammy party? That was Kelly Price's pre-Grammy party. And yeah, I was shocked that she walked the carpet. I knew she was going to be there, but I did not think that she was going to walk the carpet. So it was a surprise for both of us. I seen, Marco says, I seen The Bodyguard for my birthday in theaters on my birthday this month. That's what's up. Your page is my favorite. Thank you. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for building the next era of her legacy. Oh, I appreciate that. But it's an honor to honor her. You know what I mean? I'm just thrilled that I can put out some positive things to other people and we can congregate and love Whitney together. Let's see, Quincy, I have you know what? I'm reading this, but I can put it on the screen. I keep forgetting that. Quincy, I have a question. Hope you answer it. What producer that Whitney Houston has worked with would you love to interview and get into details on certain songs? What a great question, Melissa. I would love to interview Rodney Jerkins. I love to interview Rodney Jerkins because, just of his journey to be able to interview Whitney, because he went from being a kid, taking his stuff to Clive and then not being ready, him not being where Clive thought he should be to work with Whitney Houston until, he gave her It's Not Right, But It's Okay and produced the heck out of that. So I think Rodney Jerkins, just because of the journey to get to work with her. And I'd love to hear what that experience was like from him firsthand. Great question. I did get to interview David Foster before. So that was awesome to be able to talk to him about Whitney as well. Would Whitney use social media if she was alive today? You know what? I don't know, but before she passed, Whitney was not into the internet like this whatsoever. I mean, I think her daughter was on Twitter and whatnot, but you know, I don't think Whitney was on the internet like that. I mean, I think I read somewhere where she had a flip phone for the longest. She wasn't about that technology life, I don't think. All right. Hello from Paris. Hello. Hi, friend. I have a question. Let me see. Kenny Cook, I have a question. What do you think of all the perspectives of Whitney's story that is being told? I'm still waiting for a great one. That's the only reason I created the documentary, because, you know, I just wanted something that's good. I understand, like, you do have to include all of, you know, the struggles, the this, but what has been missing for me in everything that I have seen thus far is the brilliance of her craft. In the midst of Whitney's struggles, look what she gave to the world. And we don't talk about that enough. So that's the perspective that I'm hoping to see in this movie next month. I pray that it's a part of it. I don't mind, you know, seeing the stuff that was really a part of her life that was hard for her because she was human. But like, let's talk about how every artist is going to be compared to Whitney if they want to be a singer. They look up to Whitney. How was she able to give us that in the midst of whatever was going on? I haven't seen that story yet. So that's, you know, I hope I answered your question, but that's what I'm looking for, Kenny. Let's see. Hi from South Africa. What's going on, Sakina? Let's see. Did Whitney ever say what her favorite album was? If she did, I don't know what it is. I know her favorite song was The Greatest Love of All, which is my favorite as well. And I think Kelly Price said she really loved Jesus Loves Me. So, you know, that's all I know. My favorite song, Debbie, is The Greatest Love of All. The Greatest Love of All. Yes, that's my favorite song of all time. 1980, you're my kind of girl. You have a fun personality. Well, thank you, Dahomey. I appreciate you feeling that way. You know, I'm just me. So I'm glad that connects with you. Okay. So what I wanted to do today to celebrate is share a few clips and, you know, what may have went on like behind the scenes or whatnot. At the end of this live, if anybody wants to actually come on live with me, I'm going to put a link in the comments and you can share the screen with me and, you know, we can have a chit chat about Whitney. I'm going to do that probably toward the end of this live, just because I uploaded a lot of clips just to reminisce and talk with you guys in the comments and everything. So at the end, if anybody wants to go live with me, I'm going to put the link in to do so and just log in and say what's up. So, let me see if there's any more questions before I go to a clip. You love my perspective. Thank you, Teresa. What was Whitney's favorite perfume? You know what? I should have bought it in here because a wonderful fellow Whitney fan from Germany named Sedef sent me Whitney's signature perfume, which is called Worth by Jay. You know what? I'll post it later, but it's called Worth. And it doesn't smell like what you would think, but, you know, like I got it, not necessarily to wear, but just because Whitney wore it and I wanted to have a memento. And you sang it all the time. DL Jackson, this is I was about to say college roommate, but we actually were roommates in a program called Project Next Step when I was a teenager, and that's how we met. And she said I sang Whitney all the time. I was a proud fan, even though I was the only one that I knew. I was a fan. I mean, I'm sure people like Whitney, but not like I did. Let's see. Happy blessed Saturday to you too, Nicole. You Give Good Love is my favorite. Okay. That's a great one. Quincy, the gospel singer. Let me see. I don't know why I'm not reading it on here. Quincy, the gospel singer, Yolanda Adams did a YouTube interview a few years ago, and she talked about Whitney singing. And I wanted to ask, has Whitney's publicist ever talked about Yolanda? You know, I'm not sure, but I'm sure Whitney loved her some Yolanda Adams because, you know, Whitney from the church, Yolanda can sing her face off. So, okay, what I wanted to do in this live, because I'm celebrating my 24th anniversary of interviewing Whitney, which is like, you know, some people have to build up to that big moment, that career moment. You know what I mean? Like the Grammys or the Oscars or whatever. But for me, especially as an interviewer, you know, you want that one great interview, right? That one person that you love. I mean, at least for me. And that was Whitney Houston, but God gave me my summit first. So, you know, Whitney, like, you know, she's not here for me to interview her again and again, but like, this was not just a dream come true moment personally, but as far as being an interviewer, like, this is the person that I would want to, that I would aspire to interview as well. So, let's get into the very first moment. I titled this First Sight. So we're gonna watch just a small clip. What is it, about 43 seconds of the first time I met Whitney. Well, you know what? First, let me show you the actual first time I met Whitney. This is my actual first time that I met Whitney. I had snuck backstage in Atlanta. Whitney was co-hosting an event with Dick Clark, and me and a couple of my friends snuck backstage. Robin was there, and I begged Robin to allow me to meet Whitney. And I took a picture of Whitney. This is the picture that I took of Whitney because I was too scared to ask her for a picture with her. And she came over and she shook all of our hands and was like, "Oh, so nice to meet you, babies." And that was it. I didn't say anything like "I love you," nothing. And that was the moment I said, okay, I've met Whitney, but Whitney didn't meet me. So I said, I acted like that didn't happen and said, let me create in my brain how I would like it to go, how I would like it to be. And I feel like I really manifested FANatic. Like, I talked to God exactly how I wanted to be, because that first time went so fast and I was so scared and I didn't say anything. I mean, I was scared on FANatic too, but you know, I prayed to be able to be myself with Whitney. So I really, when I met Whitney on FANatic, that was actually like the second time I met her, but that was the first time Whitney met me. So what year was that? That was in 1992. Actually, look, I got a cup. Somebody bought me a cup back in the day. And look, they put Whitney in quotes. That's how much everybody knew I love Whitney. So that was in 1992. Somebody, let me see. So I was answering that question. What year was that? It was 1992. Quincy, after the MTV interview, how many more times after that did you see Whitney? I think 5. Yeah, because I think in total, I saw Whitney 7 times. I held back, Latoria, big time. I was so, you know, begging Robin. You wouldn't think that I would have held back, because the way I was like, Robin, come on. Because I met Robin when I was 16, a couple of years before I snuck backstage. I was in high school. Actually, let me show you a picture of the first time I met Robin. You know what? I didn't upload the picture of me and Robin, but I uploaded the first concert I ever went to see Whitney with my high school basketball team. We went, it was I'm Your Baby Tonight. It was I'm Your Baby Tonight in Champaign, Illinois. And we all went, and you see me holding, you know, I have a tour book and a bunch of t-shirts. Robin gave me all of those t-shirts. And so when I seen her again in Atlanta, Georgia, and, you know, the first month I was in college, I was like, Robin, you know, ain't no t-shirts this time. Like, there's no t-shirts. So can you just hook me up and meet Whitney? And she laughed and she's like, Whitney's right over there. Just go over there. And I was like, Robin, and so are those bodyguards. So she went over and talked to Whitney, and Whitney came over here. But when I tell you, it went so fast. I didn't say anything. I was so scared. It was still exciting. And, you know, I took a picture of her, but that's just to let you know how different the experience was. I took a picture of her, didn't even ask to take a picture with her. And she came over to us because of Robin. So, like, it was crazy. So I want to show you that before I showed you the very first time I saw Whitney on FANatic. So I met her first, but this is the first time that Whitney met me.
Oh my God! So verklempt! Oh, verklempt! Oh, I'm loving it. Use that word again. Verklempt! Verklempt! Oh my! We love that word.
Whitney,
Whitney, please give me love.
Give you much love. Oh, you got it, darling. Oh, thank you. Oh, bless your heart.
Oh my God.
They kept talking about you like you was Robert De Niro. The fan, I said, she coming to kill me or what?
That was so amazing. I cannot believe I was really myself. But I prayed. I said, God, the one prayer that I prayed was, God, can you please let me be who I am with my family and friends with Whitney? Because if she's going to like me, if we're going to connect, I want it to be who I really am. You know, of course, I could have just sat there and cried, because really, that's really what I wanted to do. Lay on the floor, oh, Whitney. But I wanted to be able to articulate to her what she meant, why this was important for me to meet her. And I had failed so much in the very first time that I prayed hard the night before for me to be able to communicate in the way that I did to her. So, they say you look like a baby. But I was like 24. I wasn't a baby. I was 23. Like I wasn't 15. Let's see here. Let me see. I'm so verklempt. I always love this moment. Thank you, Martha. And I stole that whole line and excitement from a skit on Saturday Night Live. If you Google, what's his name? Mike Myers. He had a skit called Coffee Talk with Linda Richmond, and they would get so verklempt for Barbra Streisand. And the way they was over Barbra Streisand was the way I felt about Whitney. So that's where I got that from. And that's why I wanted to use that word to express, like, and I just automatically thought she knew what I was talking about. I don't know if she did or not, but that's where my inspiration for that word came from, because that wasn't a part of my regular vocabulary words. Okay. Let's see. Talisa Jennings, girl, I envy you. You freaking met Whitney Houston. How blessed are you? I probably would have fainted. You talked to her and touched her. Wow, just wow. Yes, I mean, I can't believe that it went down like that as well. It really was a dream come true. It was a very surreal moment, meaning like my mouth was dry. There was like a bunch of people on the other side of those cameras that you guys couldn't see. So all these people are watching me talk to Whitney. And then you got Whitney right here. I could touch her. So, you know, I wish you could have met her too, Talisa. I really do. I wish everybody who loved her like I do would have had an opportunity to meet her. And she was like everything you would think that she would be, plus more. She's so down to earth, so cool, made me feel comfortable, always welcomed me, kind, you know. So, and that's why I had to do a fan documentary after she passed, because I'm like, this is what I experienced from her, and this is what I want to see reflected in anything to honor her. You know what I mean? So I didn't know that I had to create the thing to do that, but I did. So yeah, so that was the first time. Yeah, it was epic for me, Debbie. That's why I'm going live today, to just, you know, thank God and celebrate this amazing moment, because it could have easily not happened. So I'm very, very grateful. I'm grateful. So you said now the interview all makes sense hearing your backstory. Oh, okay. Well, tell me more. Tell me what you mean. Oh, I'm so healthy, jealous of you. Oh, I wish you could have met her, Debbie. I really do. Everybody who loves Whitney, I wish you could have. But I understand, because trust me, if it wasn't me, I'd be saying the same thing. Same thing. You said, glad I connected with Whitney. Oh, tell us more, Tiffany. Did you connect with just her music, or did you actually get a chance to meet her? I'd love to hear more. It's amazing to watch. You both had vibrant energy and click right away. That was nothing but God, Latoria, because, you know, she could have not received me the way she did, but she did. She embraced me. And even off of that show, when I seen her in other places, she was the same. She gave me the same love. She was the same. You were so young. I was 6. That's Whitney Houston in the flesh. I would have died. Child, when I got home, I just laid down in a fetal position, you know, but it was an amazing, amazing moment. Let's see. Debbie said, I saw her live in concert in 1999 in Holland. She was the best. Glad I saw her live and be in the same venue space as her. I know, that's such a gift. Like, hearing Whitney sing live is a blessing. Like, she's amazing. She is amazing. Let's see. Somebody asked me, Janie, what do you think of the perfume Pat made in reference to Whitney? I got the little sample kind. I mean, it smells okay. It actually smells better than Whitney's signature perfume that the fellow fan sent me from Germany. But, I just got a sample size because Whitney didn't come up with it. This is what y'all think Whitney would love, or putting together. This ain't Whitney, so yeah, I don't want no big bottle or nothing like that. But I got a sample size just as a memento. It smelled okay. Let's see. When Whitney and Mariah did their interview together on Oprah, she seemed so down to earth, genuinely nice person. That's because she is. She is, Jose. She is. I connected with her music and she embraced me with love. Absolutely, because that's Whitney. That is Whitney. So I wanted to show another clip, which is, I'm just showing like my favorite moments. Let's see. That was the first time I saw her, right? And this moment is, to me, like, people may look at it as an interview, but I looked at it as a moment to tell her, thank you for the music. Thank you for inspiring me. Whitney's last concert was in my hometown, Oakland. I'm your baby. Okay, dope. Oakland in the building. I wanted to, sometimes I don't even really look at this as an interview. I just look at it as a moment that I was able to tell her thank you. And so this moment right here, I think really encapsulates why I was there and what I wanted to do with that moment and what I was unable to do the first time. I mean, it didn't need to be on TV or anything, but I did want her to actually listen to me tell her how she had influence and impact my life. So this is like my favorite moment, one of my favorite moments. I mean, the whole thing is my favorite moment, but this particular moment is important because I got to tell her what she meant. So take a look.
Let me tell you why I am here, why God has had this in store for me since I was 12. When I was in middle school, I was surrounded by predominantly white environment, and I had confidence because I had a lot of wonderful matriarchs in my family, but I spent 80% of my time in school, and so I didn't have anything reflected in my world, no black woman reflected in my world to let me know that everything is limitless. I can be whatever I want to be. And then boom, at home, at my grandma's house on a little black and white, little snow coming in there, Whitney coming in there strong. So the energy just captured me. And then after that, I watched you, how poised, I'm looking at you now in the interview, how poised you are, how articulate. I was like, oh, I can be this. I can go, I'm limitless, and
the sky's the limit.
Yeah, but I didn't know that until I saw you. Dressed like when you did the Star Spangled Banner, had the little thing, had the little thing around my head, singing at the basketball game. So, I mean, I'm just saying that you really elevated my confidence level as being a black woman.
I'm so glad.
Because you are doing things and you are doing them well.
Thank you, baby.
And I want to just
appreciate you.
Oh, thank you.
I appreciate you.
Yes, to be able to tell your fave why she's your fave, priceless. Priceless. Did y'all see Whitney grab? When I was doing like this, Whitney had grabbed my hand. Child, y'all couldn't tell me nothing. Y'all couldn't tell me nothing. That was like the moment right there, because to me, that was what the whole experience was all about, being able to tell her thank you, being able to tell her how she influenced me. So that's like one of my most favorite moments. You see, I wish I could have met her like you, jealous in a good way. Tabitha, I wish you could have met her too, because you would have just loved her even more, because she was just that awesome in person as well. Whitney also inspires me. She's amazing. Yes, Marco, she absolutely is. Where you buy that hat, girl? I just put in Whitney hat on Google, and whatever came up. Trust me, I have no idea where I got it from, but it's gettable. It ain't nothing. It might not even be about Whitney Houston. It might be just somebody's name Whitney. But I was like, I need a Whitney hat. I have one, but it was getting old. Let's see. Netta Johnson says, Quincy, do you wish Arista or whoever is running things could put out unreleased footage from concerts or TV shows? I heard on Arista 25 that Whitney and Deborah Cox sung Exhale, but it was edited out the show. And Whitney and Natalie Cole saying, this will be at one of Clive Davis' parties. We've seen clips, but we would love to see the full performance. Sorry for the long post. No, don't be sorry. This is a great question. And I completely agree with you, Netta. I do believe that, Arista, the estate, whomever, like the fans want to see stuff we haven't seen before. We don't care if it's from 1985, 1993. We want to see that. So I completely agree that we should see that. I think I read somewhere that that Clive Davis is having a documentary made of his legendary Grammy parties that has taken place probably for the last 30 years. And that will probably include some performances, but who knows if it's going to include every performance that Whitney did, like with Deborah Cox, like you were mentioning. So that would be awesome, even if we could just get that, because Whitney did sing with Natalie Cole at one of them. I didn't know about the Deborah Cox thing, but yeah, we want to see all of that kind of stuff. That's the kind of stuff that keeps her legacy just bubbling and positive, and us connected to her in a new way, especially since she's not here to give us any new music, So I think that was a great question, Netta. Thank you for asking it. Let's see. Trish Wilson says, I worked an event in Newark, New Jersey that honored her mom. I met Sissy and Dion. There was a young lady there who looked just like Whitney. Not sure if it was a niece or cousin. Aw, that's so cool. I've gotten the opportunity to meet Sissy Houston a few times, as well as Dion a few times. And that was awesome because they are connected to Whitney. I mean, you got Sissy, that's her mama, okay? She taught Whitney everything she knew. And Dion, who definitely impacted, influenced, and Whitney loved her some Dionne Warwick. So I was honored to meet both of them. I'm glad you got to as well. Nuh-uh, Debbie. Not that I will always love you as a tattoo on my arm. Okay with the tattoo. I've seen some people with some extravagant Whitney Houston face tattoos. I'm like, wow. I can't. I got one tattoo because of the pain. I was like, oh, no. No. Let's see. I'm looking through the comments and seeing. Let's see. Put me in the comment on your screen. Now, you can't be demanding, Adriana. You can ask me, but you can't be demanding me to do stuff. That we go on to a different road then. Let's see. Whitney, okay, let's see. Whitney left it all on the stage. She was going through more than most of us even knew, but the magic is everything. Yes. That's what I love. It's like she sang every song different. She gave us something special every time she hit that stage. You was never going to get the same Whitney twice. And, that's a real artist. That's a real gift. What's up, Matt Cross? Hey, back to you. All right. Is George in the building? George from North Carolina, thank you for checking in, my man. You always support, and I always appreciate you doing so. Yes. Crystal, what you laughing at? Crystal? Whitney's nephew reached out to me on Twitter, and I thought about you, Crystal, because you're such a great friend of his. Let's see. Everyone's saying they're jealous in a good way. Psh, I can't stand you. Listen, I would be the same way if it wasn't me, but it is me. So I completely understand, but I'm so grateful that I got the chance to meet her. Man, I wish I could have met her. Not just met her, but had a moment like I did, because it was just everything. It was everything. Let's see. Yes, Trish. Yes, giving something different. Every performance made is so special. Yes. That's what we love her for. Because, like, her albums were one thing, but then when you went and saw Whitney live, or even go see her on YouTube, and just the way she delivers in a live performance takes that recording up 2-3 spots. You know what I mean? And it's like, how you get better than recording? Be Whitney Houston. That's how. Let's see. Man says, you all ever see that Whitney at times has Dion's mannerisms on stage, and sometimes they favor. I know that. Yes, I definitely see pictures and different things. Also the way Whitney bows, I think she got that from Dion. But of course, she's going to emulate them. That's who she was groomed under. That's who she learned from. That's who she watched every night. So I'm not surprised that we see that. And Sissy, you know, some of us may not know that a lot of what we see is also Sissy. You know, when I interviewed Bet Sussman, who played the piano for Whitney for many years, she said when Whitney first started, because she was Sissy Houston's keyboardist, pianist prior to Whitney, and Whitney then took her. And she said in those early years, Whitney basically mimicked her mother. Like she copied her, like she was, because that's all she knew. That's who she studied under. So you know, I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to do that to you, Auntie. I meant to say was, can you please put the comment on your screen where I said I met Whitney Houston when I was a baby at her concert? Absolutely. See, you just talked to me right, Adriana. And I receive your apology because I am an auntie. I'm grown. You know what I'm saying? I know with this hat and these earrings, it don't look like it, but I am. So tell me about you meeting Whitney as a baby at your concert. I'd love to know more. That's amazing. I wish I had I met Whitney as a baby story. Beautiful. Beautiful. Chef Wine and Chef Finest Wine, you know what I'm saying, is in the building. Thank you for gracing us with your presence. You know, so proud of you and Lynn. Oh, they're doing those celebrity interviews. Check out Chef Finest Wine on YouTube. Subscribe to him. He makes great dishes and goes lives, interviews celebrities, always supports me. So it's only right that I give him love back. I appreciate you, man. Let's see. Maybe a weird question, but did you or would you visit her grave? What do you think of it? I think, hey, whatever makes you feel connected or want to honor her, like for there, any type fans do it. I say, hey, send me the video, I'll post it, or a picture, I'll post it, because you know it's all part of grieving. Now, would I personally do it? I mean, you know, if I had a trip to New York, like, yeah, I would. You know, I'd go see the church. I would go see the grave. What else would I? You know, I go see wherever she lived at. I take pictures everywhere and say, this is Whitney Houston Day. So yeah, I don't think it's a weird question at all. So many fans have done that from across the waters. When I say across the waters, from England and different places, they've traveled internationally to visit Whitney's grave. So, you know, it's just all about how you feel. It's all about how you feel. Let's see. Rob, I got to see Whitney live in Moscow 2009. Even with a limited voice, she killed it. Love your channel. Thank you. And I'm so happy you got to see her. You know, anybody who got to see Whitney live, such a gift. Such a gift. Let's see. Who was the lady who sung lead in the choir at the funeral on The Lord Is My Shepherd? That's got to be a relative. Or did anybody notice she had some silly notes like Whitney? Well, I don't know at the funeral who sang it. I just know on The Preacher's Wife, her mama killed it. I love that version on the Preacher's Wife soundtrack where her mom did it. Did you know anybody else? If not, go watch it. It'll give you goosebumps. I know that's right. I'm just saying, all the people who sang at our funeral gave me goosebumps. It was amazing. Let's see. Trish says, my nephew high school graduation was at her church. Oh, nice. New Hope in the building. New Hope. Let's see. Quincy, did you all see Karen Clark shared singing I Go to the Rock on CeCe Winans show in like 19? Yes, I've seen that. I love it. They was kind of doing background, but they sure did. Whitney let Karen do her little high notes and CeCe went back and forth. Yes. And see, when you have like great singers like that, that's what they're going to do. They're going to go back and forth, and they're not, you know what I'm saying? They don't have any, like jealousy like that. They want to see you shine. I don't know if you've ever seen Whitney on stage is great. She want them to shine. She want to give them the stage and go back for it. And I love that kind of energy. But yes, I totally saw that, and it's great. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out on YouTube. Chef Finest Wine says there's still a lot of Whitney performances out there that we can find on the internet. She has several performances of You'll Never Stand Alone live. I hope someone finds them. Me too. I just wish they just had like a compilation and put that joint on Netflix or some type of streaming service so we can all enjoy it. Okay, I think we have an answer. Man said at the funeral, that's her cousin Felicia. Okay, see, we got questions and answers that I don't have. That was her first cousin, Felicia, who sang that. Okay, awesome. Well, then you know why she sounded the way she did. Because she all in the family. Whitney came from a family full of singers. Let's see here. Her mama Sissy did it justice. The way she arranged it was, yes. That's like one of my favorite Sissy Houston songs on The Preacher's Wife. Like, she kills that. Yes. Let's see. What is the best thing you own in your Whitney collection? You know what? I'm so glad you said that because I uploaded a bunch of pictures and stuff, but I have not shown them to you guys. So let me go back to these banners and show you what is one of, and this was a gift too. This is my one of my most prized possessions. This is the Bodyguard script. It's signed by Whitney Houston, Mitch Jackson, that's the director of the film, and Kevin Costner. When I worked at the Tyra Banks show, as my boss bid on it on eBay, won it, and gave it to me as a Christmas gift. How dope is that? Right? Like, that's dope, right? So that's one of them. Yes, they answered it as Felicia. Yeah, I know. That's amazing, right, Debbie? Yes. What else did I upload? Because I'm getting to the end. This is me as a teenager. See, I got receipts of how much I love Whitney. You know what I'm saying? I think I was at Six Flags. Sarah, Stacy, rest in peace, Sarah. Sarah is the one who went with me. Her name is Sarah Jackson. She was the one that MTV chose as my friend to surprise me to go to MTV. But she sadly passed away a few years ago trying to save her daughter from drowning. But she did not survive. So Sarah passed away a few years ago. Rest in peace, Sarah. She was the perfect one to go with me on the MTV experience because she was just so cool. She was so cool. Let's see. What other stuff do I have to share? Okay, let me show you some for the people who want to know when I've seen Whitney again. So this was the first time, as you know, on FANatic. The next time I saw Whitney was in Chicago. I was invited to her kickoff show at the Airy Crown Theater on the My Love Is Your Love tour. And this was backstage. I got like 2 tickets. I didn't even know I was going to get 2 tickets. I didn't know I was going to get 2 tickets till I got up to the will call. And I had 2 backstage passes. So I could have took somebody with me, but I just went by myself. And when Whitney saw me, she gave me so much love. The next time I saw Whitney was in New York. I was going there to interview John Singleton, Sam Jackson on the set of Shaft. And it just so happened that I was staying in the same hotel as Whitney. It was called the Riga Royale. And when I got to New York, I called Robin and I was like, guess what? I'm here, da-da-da-da. And she was like, what hotel are you staying in? And I told her, and she was like, oh my gosh, we're going to be there tomorrow. We're going to be at that same hotel. And so I was like, oh, what? I want to meet. I want to say what's up to Whitney. And she's like, oh, she would love to see you. So this is how this all went down. This is how this all went down. What's the next picture? The next time. When's the next time? There's a few other times that I didn't upload because I don't know why I didn't. This was the last time on the red carpet. Whitney, what she was saying to me right here was, what are you doing here? And I was like to see you, lady. Like, I'm here to see you. This is the only reason I'm here, to see you. And I actually, put on a vision board or list or visualization a month before this that I wanted Whitney to have a Studio Q exclusive with Whitney. And look at here. Look at God. Look at God. What's up, Don? Rashad in the building. What's going on, Don? What's going on? Monroe, thank you, Quincy, for spreading positive Whitney stories. Your interview with her is classic. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Like, I don't know how to share anything but positive because that was my experience with her. Even before I met her, it was positive. And when I actually got a chance to experience her, it went up. It went through the roof. Adriana, I watch all of your interviews on YouTube. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Adriana. When I grow up, I want to be just like you, Auntie, because actually I turned 16 years old last month on the 18th of October. Let me tell you something that warms my heart, just knowing that somebody as young as you loves Whitney, knows about her. And then you got the nerve to give me a shout out. But I want you to grow up to be just like you. I want you to grow up because there's only one of you. So I want you to grow up to be you and all the specialness that God made you to be. But thank you for the love. I really appreciate it. Let me see. What's another? This is me, Whitney and Sarah. Rest in peace, Sarah. Rest in peace, Whitney. This is when I was going to sing the national anthem because Whitney sang it. So can y'all tell I tried to do my hair like Whitney's, got me a sweatsuit. I was not coming to play. Do you hear me? Look at there. Look, I was really trying. Okay. Senior prom, I begged my aunt to make me a dress like the one Whitney wore when she did I think it was like a salute to Muhammad Ali. So these are just the receipts to let y'all know that I am a real Whitney fan. I go back, check out the yearbook. That's me in the yearbook, Whitney Thomas. Like, my name is Quincy Thomas, but they nicknamed me Whitney because I told them, y'all call me Whitney. So these are just some receipts for people who just saw me on FANatic, know that it goes far, far, far back. And can I just tell y'all, Whitney Houston gives the best hugs. She gives hugs like she weighs 300 pounds. They're so tight and filled with love. That was the last hug. That was the last hug. Yeah. Edwin says, no matter what, Whitney was always good people. True Jersey girl, kept it 100 all the time, Edwin. All the time. Let's see. Let me get this picture off of here. Okay. All right. Go see your comments again. They called me Nippy in high school. Yes, I wish I would have had more friends who could share my love for Whitney when I was in high school. But listen, I was the president of the fan club and the only member, and I could care less. I was singing Whitney everywhere. Let me see. Quincy, did you hear that singer Tweet has an unreleased song with Whitney Houston? No, I did not, Moni. Thank you for the news. But an interview with Missy Elliott about her studio sessions and time with Whitney would be amazing. I know. Can somebody talk to Missy? That somebody should be me, right? I need to reach out to Missy. I mean, it's not like I know Missy, but how awesome. I would just want to talk to Missy about Whitney. I'd be like, Missy, start from story 1 and continue. When she's like this major producer, futuristic star who's been giving us hits since the 90s. But I'd be like, and so then what Whitney do? Let's see. I love the duet with Whitney and Bobby singing We Have Something in Common, Dressed in Yellow. Oh, yeah, that's a fave. We got something in common. I love these pictures. Thank you. Thank you. You are a true Whitney fan. I'm so glad you two became. I mean, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Look, I'm drinking out of a cup that somebody gave me. My aunt's friend Beverly, rest in peace, Beverly. That says Whitney in quotes because that's what I have people calling me like Quinn and y'all. Okay, I don't know what that says. You know, Quincy is a very unique name, and I really couldn't stand my name for a very long time. I used to tell my mom my mom used to tell me when you get older, you can change it. And the first thing Whitney said after our interview, I love your name. Ain't that something? Something I hated, Whitney told me immediately that she loved. All right, let's see. The only picture I had with Whitney is when I went down on my desk during 9/11 attacks. Oh my gosh. When I worked at the World Trade Center, I was there in New York when that happened. At the time, there weren't digital pictures. I'm from Jersey. We were born in the same hospital in Newark. What, Bianca? I love Whitney since 8. I'm in my 40s now. I grew up in the next town to her brother and his family. You represent Whitney well. One FANatic to the other. Yes. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much. You grew up you were born in the same hospital. You got to meet her. Wow. Let's see. Tweet did put a snippet of the song on YouTube. It's called Cool Breeze. You should play it on here for the fans. It's 15 seconds. But I don't know how to go to YouTube and get it and bring it right here, right now, Pooh. I don't know how to do that. So you're gonna have to give me a tutorial maybe next time. But I'm gonna go and check it out. Let me write that down because as soon as I get off here, I'm gonna forget. Cool Breeze tweet. 15 seconds. Thank you for sharing. Beautiful. Love this. I'm a Whitney fan too. Wish I could have met her. I wish you could have met her too, Stephanie. Her spirit was beautiful. Felt so close to her. I call her Nippy. I know that's right. Chevette in the building. I have told you this before. I'll say it again. You, Miss Quincy, are my main connection to our sister Whitney. Oh, somebody else said that. Ray. I interviewed him. He's the he played guitar for Whitney. His last name escapes me at the moment, but I interviewed him and he said the same thing too. And I'm just like, how can I be the connection when, you have your own memories with her? But maybe it's just because I'm honoring her, but like, it just comes natural to me. Like part of my brand is loving her. And so that makes me feel great. Thank you so much, Chevette. I appreciate this. Okay, so we're down to like the last 10 minutes because I got to go live on Instagram as well for a little bit. Pink's new song mentions Whitney too. Oh, for real? Okay, now I got to check that out. Y'all giving me homework. So listen, I'm going to put the link in. If anybody wants to go live on camera with me, you can. If not, that's okay too. I'm only going to be live for about, less than 10 minutes. So whatever you got to say, just be a little quick about it. Just because I only got a limited amount of time before I go on Instagram. And so anybody who want to go on Instagram and talk with me a little bit more, I'll be over there for a few minutes because I have a For the Love of Whitney Instagram page that you guys can follow as well. For the people who are on Instagram, please follow my Facebook page, For the Love of Whitney, Studio Q. I got a podcast, a Quincy podcast. I'm on TikTok. I'm all over in these internet streets. So, I host and interview people on Studio Q, but I also maintain the For the Love of Whitney fan page and all kind of stuff. So follow me, say what's up so we can get to know one another. Let me see. Pooh said, Quincy, the picture of you and Whitney in the hall in the purple, is that the day she sang America the Beautiful? She looks like she's wearing the same stuff. Yes, Pooh, you got a good eye. That's exactly. That was the night before we kicked it at the hotel because we were staying at the same hotel. And we congregated in the hallway before she went to the fight. So yes, that is the same night that I seen her. She got the same outfit on. Yep, good eye. I didn't even have to say nothing. So Don, Are you? Let me see. Are you talking?
Hello,
Hey, Don. How you doing?
Quincy. What's up, baby?
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Thanks for
I
coming on in. What you
No
got to
problem.
say, man?
I just got to say something to you. I just got to say I am verklempt. I am verklempt. We love
you
that
didn't.
word.
Lord, I
love it.
I didn't even know how to spell it at the time I said it.
We love that word. We love that word. But I just want to come here and say that I love you. I feel like we kind of known each other over the internet, with you, supporting my Whitney covers and, wishing me happy birthday on Facebook and things like that. So I appreciate it. Just, we riding out for Whitney to the end of time, man.
To the end of time. And send me some more stuff. So, because I be all over these internet streets. So DM me some more stuff so I can share it.
For sure. How do you feel about how y'all feel about this new movie?
Well, listen, this is how I'm approaching it.
Let's go in. Let's go.
This is how I'm approaching it.
Okay.
Because we love Whitney, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna have an optimistic, open mind until I see it.
Right.
I'm not going we could all go in on a trailer. We could all nitpick whatever, but let's give Naomi and whoever put this together, Clive. I know, but listen, if it's not given what it's supposed to have gave, then we can talk about it. But let us give it an opportunity.
For sure.
I think that's only fair because honestly, we would want something dope for her.
Yeah. I mean, I love the fact what I've noticed there is a budget. So I peeped that so far, and I love all the outfits.
Yes, because you see all the outfits.
The outfits are accurate as hell. Like the only thing that's not accurate is her face. No shade.
And listen,
she looked like Brandy.
She does. I said, "Where is the Brandy biopic?" Yeah, she does, but she can't help that. But listen, Angela Bassett did not look like Tina Turner.
Yeah, we talking about Whitney Houston. Oh,
I know.
I feel like the girl they should have chose was the girl that was in the Bobby Brown biopic that played Whitney. She did the best, in my opinion.
What was I think I've interviewed her.
I don't know her name, but she brown skin girl.
Yeah. I know exactly who you're talking about. I just can't. Her name escapes me.
Yeah, she did good. I think her or even Keke Palmer.
Ooh.
It's possible.
What do you think about Megan Good?
No.
Oh.
Not at all.
Well,
no,
what do you think about an Unknown?
That's also good too. I mean, because Whitney's face, as we're talking right now, I'm literally watching a Whitney and Bobby documentary on Tubi right now. But Whitney's face was just so unique, and beautiful. Her mannerisms, all of that. Real ride or die Whitney fans, we looking for all of that. We need all of that. And this new girl, I just even on the help me out, the preview that they showed when she was like, I give it a hook, it just didn't give Whitney.
Yeah.
I was like, no.
I know, but you know what? We're gonna have to, the person that you were talking about, her name is Gabrielle Dennis.
Gabrielle Dennis, yes.
Thank you, Martha. But no, I know.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying we could really crucify the 2-minute, the 1-minute trailer, but that just wouldn't be fair.
Yeah.
When you come back, you're gonna have a whole movie to say, now look.
Yeah. Ciao.
So my thing is be open enough
I am.
to receive it. And if it ain't what it ain't, then it just is what it is.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm definitely going to go see it. I mean, it's just another money grab, Yeah. They gonna make money off Whitney's name to the end of time. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is I don't really care. I think for me, I can only speak for me. I don't really care about the movies. I want unseen footage.
Yes. We were talking about that earlier. That's
what I'm saying? Because I know, let me tell you something. I know for a fact E.T. has so much footage of Whitney, they just holding it. I want to see, I was talking to somebody yesterday. I want to see some footage of her recording The Preacher's Wife in the studio.
Ooh.
Or even her recording I Look to You in the studio.
Come on.
Little stuff like that. That's what we want to see. We don't give a damn about these movies. Yeah, it's cute, but it's a money grab for y'all. We get it. Everybody got to eat. Whitney's gone. She's never coming back. So you got to still, I get it. It's business. But it's like we I mean, and of course new songs, things like that. But I want to see her in the studio in her element, just clowning and goofing around and recording, and that's what excites me. When I get on YouTube and I see some footage I've never seen of her before, that's what makes me excited. Not no biopic, not no documentary.
Right.
I don't because it's the same thing. It's the same, you know,
and then it's sad. And it's sad. Like
right.
y'all talking about all the bad stuff.
Right. It's the same process. It's her birth, it's Loophole Baptist, she meets Bobby, drugs, in the end.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, you know. So I get excited off unseen footage, you know, even unseen. I mean, like new music and stuff like that. But I like the footage, like I like stuff like that.
I think that what you're saying, everybody is saying,
right?
I think that's, and you know, some people got, like, you know, Robin got a caseload or something.
I love Robin. I love Robin so much.
Too. Yeah, that's what
I love Robin.
I told her, I said, I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it.
You know what? I wish if there's a way that Robin can start her own estate for Whitney, simply as far as, like, you know, just like you said, releasing unseen footage and stuff like that. Because she had that camcorder on her all the time back in the day.
She did.
Like,
she did
all the time.
And I just wish that, you know, it was archived, like how Michael Jackson had all his stuff. He had a videographer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I just wish and there's stuff out there, but like you need somebody who's going to galvanize everything and bring it together, like who's going to head it, who has interest, who has, you know what I mean?
Right. Right.
And we don't have that just yet. So
we
got this movie next month. That's what we got.
Child.
Listen, when it come out, we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about it. Okay.
For sure.
All right.
Sure.
Thank you so much for coming on, Don.
Thank you, baby. I love you. Take care.
Love you too, man.
Bye-bye.
Peace. So I'm gonna show my most famous clip because I'm like 2 minutes away from supposed to being on Instagram. What's the okay, I'm gonna show these last two clips and then I'm gonna call it.
Lovely. Oh, and I know you got a new album.
Yeah.
But bam, I want the old one.
You want the
you know what I'm saying? This is the one I was at the concert, like, Whitney, you was like, woo, you brought out the old pictures.
You said that one.
I was like, but this was
mine.
That was me. You were singing your 5th album. I was like, no, it's number 1. The greatest love of all is inside of me.
Whitney, I love you. You are my kind of spirit.
I still can't believe I was yelling at Whitney like that. No, thank you, Don, for coming through. I appreciate you, and I agree with a lot of what you said. Shoot, yeah, almost everything you said. This is my last goodbye to Whitney on FANatic, which is why I'm live today to commemorate this.
Goodbye.
Love you, darling. You are the best. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for
Thanks
being
for letting
here.
me know you.
I'm thrilled to know Quincy T. Thomas.
Did y'all hear her say my whole government name? That's because I had given her my resume and it said Quincy T. Thomas, and Whitney said my whole name. I love it. Well, I just want to thank you guys. Thank you guys for celebrating the 24th anniversary of my dream come true interview experience with Whitney on MTV. It is 24 years later, and it remains one of the best days of my life. And it also has allowed me to connect with all of you who love Whitney, which I'm so grateful for. Let's continue to keep her lifted up, her legacy positive, you know, and come together. We're going to talk about this movie next month. And we're going to just love on Whitney until the end of time. At least I know I am. And if you show up, we can all do it together. So thank you all for joining. I'll see you on the next live. My name is Quincy. I'm the host and founder of Studio Q. Follow me on Studio Q. Follow me on YouTube. Listen to me on my Quincy podcast for all you guys who will watch this later. And follow me. Say what's up. Let's get to know one another. Thank you so much, you guys. I'll talk to you later and have a beautiful Saturday. Peace.